The three essential elements of treatment of diarrhea in children are rehydration therapy, zinc supplementation, and continued feeding. Rehydration therapy is important because during diarrhea there is an increased loss of water and electrolytes through the liquid stool, and dehydration develops when these losses are not adequately replaced, and thus a deficit of water and electrolyte develops. The degree of dehydration is graded according to the symptoms and signs, and the degree of dehydration reflects the amount of fluid lost. The rehydration regimen is selected according to the degree of dehydration. Zinc supplementation. Why zinc supplementation? Zinc is an important macronutrient for the child's overall health and for development. And zinc is lost in greater quantity during diarrhea. So replacing the lost zinc is important to help the child recover from the present episode of diarrhea and to keep the child healthy in the coming months. Because it has been shown that zinc supplementation given during an episode of diarrhea reduces the duration of severity of that episode and lowers the incidence of diarrhea in the following 2 to 3 months. For these reasons, all patients with diarrhea should be given zinc supplements as soon as possible after the diarrhea has started. Third element is continued feeding. During diarrhea, there is a decrease in food intake and a reduction in absorption of nutrients. In addition, there is an increased requirement for nutrition because the body is having an infection. So these factors combine and cause weight loss during the episode of diarrhea. And the resulting malnutrition in turn can make the diarrhea more severe and more prolonged, and also increase the susceptibility to diarrhea, so there will be more frequent episodes of diarrhea. Because it is known that compared with malnourished children, compared with non-malnourished children, malnourished children have a higher incidence of diarrhea. And hence, a vicious cycle is formed wherein the episode of diarrhea causes malnutrition in the child, and the resulting malnutrition makes the child more vulnerable to more episodes of diarrhea with further compromise in nutrition, and the vicious cycle is formed. This vicious cycle can be broken by giving nutritious food during the episode of diarrhea in addition to giving it when the child is well. Drugs used during the diarrhea. Antibiotics should not be used as a routine. Antibiotics can be considered only for children who have blood in their diarrhea, in the diarrheal stool, suspected cholera cases, and other serious non-intestinal infections such as pneumonia. Sometimes parenteral infections can cause reactive diarrhea. That is, the infection is not directly affecting the gut, it is somewhere else in the body, and this results in diarrhea. This is known as parenteral diarrhea. So in this case, antibiotic may be required for the other infections which are causing diarrhea. Antiprotozoals are rarely indicated. Antidiarrheal drugs and antiemetics should not be given to young children with any kind of diarrhea because they do not prevent dehydration, they do not improve the nutritional status of the child, and in fact can have some dangerous, sometimes even fatal side effects. For rehydration therapy, we first have to assess how much is the dehydration present in the child. In all children with diarrhea, we have to decide if dehydration is present because the rehydration treatment would be appropriate to the degree of dehydration. Hydration status is classified as severe dehydration, some dehydration, or no dehydration, and the treatment is given accordingly. The status is decided as per the table. Severe dehydration is said to be present if 2 or more of the following signs are there: lethargy, sunken eyes, inability to drink, skin pinch goes very slowly. That is, the skin pinch remains for 2 seconds or more. The treatment for severe dehydration is intravenous rehydration. Some dehydration is said to be present if two or more of the following signs are present. That is, irritability, sunken eyes, the child drinks eagerly and is very thirsty, and the skin pinch goes back slowly, that it takes up to 2 seconds. The treatment for some dehydration is oral fluids, food, and after the rehydration is achieved, the mother is given some advice that we will discuss later. No dehydration is said to be present if none of the signs are present to classify some or severe dehydration. In this case also, we give fluid and food and advise the mother. The mother is advised to come for follow-up in 5 days if there is no improvement in the diarrhea. Treatment for severe dehydration. Children with severe dehydration require rapid intravenous rehydration along with close monitoring. This intravenous rehydration, once complete, is to be followed by oral rehydration. In areas where there is an outbreak of cholera around, an antibiotic which is effective against cholera can be given simultaneously. Treatment of severe dehydration is diarrhea treatment plan C. Start intravenous fluids immediately, and while the drip is being set up, ORS solution should be given to the child if the child can drink. The recommended intravenous fluid is Ringer lactate. If Ringer lactate is not available, normal saline can be used. But 5% dextrose should not be used. What is the amount to be given intravenously? 100 ml per kg of the chosen solution is to be given intravenously. At what rate? It is given at the rate as per the table below. For an infant, 30 ml per kg is given within first hour, and 70 ml per kg, the remaining 70 ml per kg is given over the next 5 hours. If a 9 kg child comes, then we have to give 900 ml of fluid. Out of this, 270 ml is given in first hour, and the remaining 630 ml is given over next 5 hours. If child is more than 12 months of old age, then 30 ml per kg is given within 30 minutes, that is faster, and the remaining 70 ml per kg in next 2.5 hours. The fast intravenous is repeated if the child after full treatment is again in shock, has again severe dehydration as seen by weak pulse, very weak pulse, which may not even be detectable. While giving intravenous rehydration, the child is to be assessed every 15 to 30 minutes. If the hydration status is not improving, we can give the IV drip more easily, more rapidly. If the child can drink, IV rehydration can be accompanied by ORS. If possible, observe the child for at least 6 hours after rehydration to be sure, not for the child, to be sure that the mother is capable of maintaining hydration by using ORS. How is monitoring done during IV rehydration? Reassess the child every 15 to 30 minutes until a strong radial pulse is present, which indicates complete hydration. If the hydration is not improving, give IV fluid more rapidly. Thereafter, reassess every hour to see if hydration is improving. And you can check this by skin pinch, level of consciousness, ability to drink, but not sunken eyes, because sunken eyes recover slower than other signs, and hence it is less useful for monitoring. When the full amount of IV fluid has been given, reassess the child's hydration. That is, when 100 ml per kg has gone, reassess the child's hydration, and if severe hydration is still present, repeat the IV infusion. But if the child is improving now but has some dehydration still, we can discontinue the intravenous treatment and start the ORS solution for next 4 hours. If the child is breastfed, encourage the mother to continue breastfeeding frequently during the treatment. If after the full amount of IV fluid is gone and now there are no signs of dehydration, we shift to treatment plan A, which we will discuss a little later. Observe the child for at least 6 hours before discharge to confirm that the mother is able to maintain the child's hydration using ORS. All children should start receiving some ORS before they are discharged. When the severe dehydration is corrected, prescribe zinc. Treatment for some dehydration. In general, a child with some dehydration should be given ORS solution for the first 4 hours. This is to be given at the clinic. While giving the solution, the child is monitored and the mother is taught how to prepare the ORS solution and how to give it. The amount to be given in the first 4 hours is calculated according to the weight of the child. Only if the child's weight is not known, age may be used. The ORS is calculated, amount of ORS is calculated as per the table. Use the child's age only when the weight is not known. The approximate amount of ORS can also be calculated by multiplying the child's weight in kg by 75. Remember, if the child wants to drink more ORS than what you have calculated, please give it. Give the ORS as much as the child wants, over and above your calculation. During this, demonstrate to mother how to give the ORS solution to the child. That is 1 teaspoonful every 1 to 2 minutes for a child under 2 years of age, and frequent sips directly from the cup for an older child. Check regularly to see if there are any problems. If the child vomits, wait for 10 minutes and then resume giving ORS more slowly. For example, using a teaspoon instead of the cup. If the child's eyelid becomes puffy, stop ORS solution and give plain water or breast milk if the child is breastfeeding. Advise breastfeeding mothers to continue to breastfeed as and when the child wants. Reassess the child after 4 hours, checking for signs of dehydration if they are still present. You need to reassess earlier if the child is not taking ORS probably, or if the child's condition is deteriorating. If the mother cannot stay for 4 hours, teach her how to prepare ORS and how to give it. Then give her enough ORS packets to complete the rehydration at home, and enough ORS packets for next 2 days. If after reassessment after 4 hours shows that there is no dehydration, teach the mother the 4 rules of home treatment. The mother who could not stay for 4 hours should also be taught these home treatment before she leaves. These 4 rules of home treatment are: give extra fluid, give zinc supplements, continue feeding, and signs when to return immediately. If the child with diarrhea has no dehydration at present, he should receive extra fluids at home to prevent dehydration. They should continue to receive an appropriate diet for their age, including continued breastfeeding. The child is to be treated as an outpatient, but the mother needs to be counseled on the 4 rules of home treatment. Like give extra fluid. How can the mother give extra fluids? If the child is being breastfed, advise the mother to breastfeed frequently, more frequently and for longer period during each feed. If the child is exclusively breastfed, then she should give ORS solution or clean water in addition to the breast milk, but return to exclusive breastfeeding once the diarrhea stops. That is, if the child is below 6 months of age. Exclusive breastfeeding means giving the child only breast milk and nothing else, not even water. And exclusive breastfeeding is recommended till 6 months of age. In non-exclusively breastfed children, 1 or more of the following fluids should be given: ORS solution, food-based fluids such as soup, rice water, yogurt drinks, we will discuss a little more in detail, clean water. Now, to prevent any dehydration, the mother should give extra fluids, but at least how much fluid should be given? For children less than 2 years of age, 50 to 100 ml of fluid should be given after each loose stool. For the child over 2 years of age, 100 to 200 ml after each loose stool. But remember, if the child wants more, give him more. Tell the mother to give sips from a cup. If the child vomits, wait for 10 minutes and then give more slowly. She should continue giving extra fluid until the diarrhea stops. Teach the mother how to mix ORS solution and give her 2 packets of ORS to take home. Advise the mother to return immediately to the clinic if the child becomes more sick or is unable to drink or breastfeed or drinks poorly or develops a fever or shows blood in stool. If the child shows none of these signs but diarrhea is not improving, advise the mother to return for follow-up at 5 days. Zinc supplementation. Tell the mother how much of zinc to be given. For up to 6 months of age, half tablet or 10 mg per day for 14 days. For an older child, more than 6 months or more, 1 tablet or 20 mg per day for 14 days. Show the mother how to give zinc supplements. For infants, dissolve the tablet in a small amount of clean water or express breast milk or ORS in a small cup or in a spoon. For older children, they can chew the tablet directly, or again it can be dissolved in a small amount of clean water in a cup or spoon. Remind the mother to give the zinc supplements for full 14 days. Third rule is to continue feeding. Continuation of nutritious feeding is an important element in diarrhea management. In the initial 4-hour rehydration period, no food is to be given. This 4 hours is entirely for rehydration, but except breast milk. If the child is breastfed, the child should continue to be breastfed frequently throughout the episode of diarrhea, including this first 4-hour rehydration period. After 4 hours, even if the child still has some dehydration and needs to be given ORS, food should be given, and then food should be given every 3 to 4 hours. All the children above 4 to 6 months of age should be given some food before they are discharged. If the child is not normally breastfed but is in that age group, one should explore the possibility of re-establishment of lactation. If the child is 6 months or older or already taking some solid food, give freshly prepared foods, cooked, mashed or ground. Which foods are recommended to be given? Cereal or any of these starchy food mixed with pulses, with vegetables or meat and fish, and if it is possible, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil to each serving. We can give the local complementary foods available by IMCI in your area. Fresh fruit juice or mashed banana to provide potassium. Encourage the child to eat and offer food at least 6 times a day. The same food should be given after the diarrhea stops, and an extra meal a day should be given for next 2 weeks. This slide shows the composition of the new reduced osmolarity ORS. It also shows the osmolarity, and this is the ORS that is recommended for rehydration. What can be done if ORS packets are not available? Till ORS, it is recommended to give ORS solution only, but till then we can prepare ORS solution at home using ingredients found in the home. Clean water 1 liter, which can be 5 cupfuls. Sugar 6 level teaspoons. Salt half level teaspoon. Stir the mixture till the sugar dissolves. This is sugar salt solution. The spoon should be level, not heaped. A homemade solution containing these ingredients can be recommended can be used but is generally not recommended because the recipe is often forgotten and over adding any of the ingredients can be more harmful than beneficial. And the ingredients may not be available or too little may be given. So it is recommended to give ORS solution only and be very clear about the instructions if we are prescribing sugar salt solution till ORS becomes available. What are the home available fluids that can be used for giving extra fluid to a child with diarrhea? The following liquids are appropriate to be given during diarrhea. The home available fluids which can be given during diarrhea can be divided into two types. One that normally contain salt and the other that normally do not contain salt. So, fluids that do not contain salt normally: clean water, green coconut water, unsalted rice water, unsalted yogurt drink or buttermilk, weak tea, unsweetened fresh fruit juice, not the packaged ones. Fluids that normally contain salt and can be given ORS: salted soup, vegetable soup or chicken soup, salted yogurt drink, salted rice water. Following fluids should not be given: soft drinks, carbonated drinks, sweetened tea, sweetened fruit juices, coffee, or some medicinal teas or infusions. The 4 rules of home treatment include: give extra fluid, we have already discussed. Apart from ORS, which other extra fluids can be given? Home available fluids and sugar salt solution if required, only till the time ORS becomes available. Second, give zinc supplements. We have discussed the dose, how to give and for how long to give. Continue feeding. We have discussed what foods can be given and that extra meal should be given after diarrhea stops for next 2 weeks. Fourth rule is: advise the mother when to return to the clinic. If the child becomes more sick, if the child becomes unable to drink or breastfeed or drinks poorly or develops a fever or shows blood in stool. If the child shows none of these signs but the diarrhea is not improving, advise the mother to return for follow-up at 5 days.